All right. Live reaction. I'm an Arsenal fan, as some of you may know. Um, just instant reaction to the Aston Villa Arsenal game that just concluded. Great final goal from who was that? Bonita, Emiliano Bonita. I don't know. Haven't heard of him, but great final goal. Um, I think Aston Villa just wanted this game more. I mean, when it comes down to it, it looked like they just wanted the game more. It looked like Arsenal went through stretches where they just couldn't get the ball. Um, that to me just shows that they're either tired or like I don't know, they just don't have the same drive to win the game. It's an away game. It's usually the thing that favors the home team. Aston Villa are decent, man. Aston Villa are decent. I'm gonna do a player rating, of course, for each Arsenal player. Warning, I'm gonna be kind of critical. Um, especially in a loss to Aston Villa. Although I think Aston Villa are decent. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Aston Villa win the league. I've seen Leicester win the league. I wouldn't be surprised if Aston Villa win the league. They definitely play with some. They definitely play like a top level team. I think. Based on today's performance, they go through stretches where they look like as good as a Chelsea, City. They look pretty decent. I don't know if this is just a. It's not a one-off game because they're second in the league right now, so they're doing something right. It's funny. I'm almost more impressed with Aston Villa than I am disappointed with Arsenal. Now I am very disappointed with Arsenal, but Aston Villa have a good team. They have a good team. They play good defense. They have a good goalkeeper. I've always believed in Emiliano Martinez. I think we should have kept him. I just think he just has like a X factor to his game that I like. Although I'm happy with Raya for the most part. But let's go ahead and just do the player ratings. Uh, we'll start with Raya. Got scored on twice. Got to give him like a 5. You know, Get scored on twice against Aston Villa. 5. I mean, I don't. For a goalkeeper, I mean the goalkeeper score lives and dies by the amount of goals they let in the net because that's all that matters as a goalkeeper. Like nothing else really matters as a goalkeeper. Yeah, you want goalkeepers to have good touches and passes nowadays, but for me, I'm more old school. Don't get scored on, and we're gonna win a lot of games. So 5. Calafiori. Weird game for him. Obviously, he got subbed off. I think late in the second half, I believe. I don't know. I guess he was okay, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I won't say it was his best performance. I think the whole back line has got to take some flack for getting scored on twice by Aston Villa. Overall, this team, I would say, one of the biggest takeaways is that missing Gabriel and Saliba is just massive. And I'll talk about Nkapie in a second, which I thought he was just mostly shocking. So Calafiori, give him like a 5. I mean, he gets scored on twice. 5, dude. Nkapie, dude, I got to give him like a 1, dude. I got to give him a 1. I honestly think we should have played Ben White in center back. I'm going to blame Arteta for that. I think Ben White and Timber I think would have made a difference in this game. Hincapie, he challenges, he goes hard for tackles, almost reminds me of Mustafi, which is never a good thing. He goes hard in for challenges, but he's so questionable in the ball. It almost feels like it's his like first game. Like some of the passes he makes, it's like we'll be pass, and as soon as it gets to him, wild pass. Now I know he wasn't brought on this team to be playing big games like this, but I don't think he's very good. I think he's our worst signing. officially after watching today's performance. Now, what's funny is we kind of like really need him at this point. But I would rather have Calafiori play that position and have Lewis Skelly at left back or something else. I feel like he's got to go. Timber, on the other hand, I think did okay. I still got to give him a 5 because 2 goals against Aston Villa. I think he's kind of playing out of position. I think he's a better, in my opinion, right back. I think that's missing too. Our whole back line has just been disassembled, completely depleted, which I think is like the key of our team. Or, Arsenal are a great defensive team, and not having a normal back line has been tragic, especially in the run for the title. Now, we're still I think we're still in first at this point, but, we are still in first. Let's see. Arsenal have 33, Aston Villa now have 30. We're actually still doing all right, but, these are the type of games, but it happens. You lose games sometimes. Right back, White, again, 5. I thought he actually played okay. In fact, I think out of the back line, I think he actually probably played the best. He looked tidy on the ball. He his typical lackadaisical style, which I'm critical of sometimes, was actually kind of like helpful in a game like this because Aston Villa were putting on some pressure, and when he gets the ball, he's just like he makes it look easy, which I think we actually kind of needed this game. So maybe I was too critical of him last game. I think his play style is actually pretty consistent and effective, especially in a game like this. He almost played exactly the same the last 2 games. I always say he's like the most 9-to-5 footballer. Like he looks like he's there just to he's like that guy that comes in for that 9-to-5 job, clocks out at 5, doesn't really want to be there. But is there just being professional. That's like Ben White. All right. Midfield, Declan. Declan looked like he was the only one trying out there. Declan reminds me so much of how I play. Just relentless. I love Declan. He's the type of guy you just want on your team. Just relentless. I thought his tackle led to the first goal. And that was big. That tackle he made, it led to the counterattack, which led to the first goal, which kind of got us back in the game. We ended up losing, but I thought that was a pivotal moment. I would probably give him Arsenal's man of the match. In fact, let's go back. I would give Ben White a 6, and I would give White. I would give Rice I would give him borderline like an 8 or a 9. I think he did. I think he looked like he was the only one trying out there. Odegaard too. I thought Odegaard played pretty well. He was pretty tidy. He looked a little bit. I thought he played his best game with the last couple games. I didn't think he played good last game. I thought he looked a little bit better this game. I'll give him like a 7-ish or an 8. I thought he was alright. I thought he was pretty tidy. Works hard. It was a weird game because usually when the midfield plays well, you win games. But I thought the midfield played decent, and then we lost. I think our just back line was just so questionable. Zubamendi, again, decent. My thing with Zubamendi is, I just think he needs to offer a little bit more offensively. I said this in the last video, but I just feel like midfielders nowadays, they're just so midfieldy. They just don't score and drive the ball. I grew up watching Zidane's and Gerrard's and Lampard's who make serious things happen offensively, consistently, And Arsenal's midfield basically doesn't do anything. They don't score goals. They don't get assists. I'll give Declan a pass because I feel like he kind of created some chances. But overall, I just feel like they just kind of they don't really take it on themselves to score goals. That to me is kind of troubling. And I think it works in Arsenal when we have our full lineup and everything's going well, we're defending perfectly, then maybe we only need 1 goal or 2 goals. But I don't know. I just that's just me being critical of the midfield. But Zubimindi, I'd probably give him like a 6. I mean, I don't know, 7. I don't know. I would say with Zubimindi, I barely even notice he's playing most of the time, and that's probably a good thing. He doesn't make many mistakes. That's kind of like his game. Um, right wing Saka, I give him like a 7 or an 8. I thought he played all right. Typical Saka performance. I just feel like we need maybe 1 or 2 more Sakas on the team. I just feel like that's always been Arsenal's problem for the last like 5 years. I think we kind of have one with Trossard, but he's injured, and I think we needed that with what's a face, Gyökeres, who's starting to be kind of concerning to me. But yeah, I'll give Saka 7, 8 maybe. I'll give him a 7. Marino, like, I don't know, he didn't play great. I'll give him a pass because he's probably the reason we got any points the last 2 games. I'll give him a pass. He gets the golden pass today. I'm not even gonna give him a score because I think he played. He helped us so much the last 2 games. I'm just not even gonna be critical of him today. Kind of playing out of position. He's almost like picking up Gyökeres's trash. It's like he's the roommate cleaning the kitchen. It's like, all right, like, he should be playing midfield. Gyökeres should be up playing striker, actually scoring, or whatever that tall dude is on our team. You know what I'm talking about. Kai Havertz. Whatever he's supposed to be doing this season. And then left wing Eze. Oh, God, dude. That was obviously Eze's worst performance. I think that probably made the difference in the game. I would say in hindsight, I would have liked to see as critical as I am of Martinelli sometimes, I would have liked to see Martinelli from the jump. Again, Trossard's hurt. I don't think Eze is weird because most players would play left wing better than center attacking mid. I feel like center attacking mid is a much harder position to play, much more important position to play. And I feel like winger is kind of easy, but Eze makes it look hard. He makes it look difficult. Like, you have one player to defend, basically, which is the right back, and he scores. That goal was kind of lucky. I think it took a deflection on the cross. I think I've kind of been in situations like that. Now, I defended it better than that. I mean, he completely wasn't even there. But I don't know. Like, I'm glad Arteta subbed him off at halftime because that's not the Arsenal standard. Like, you can't be letting your player score that easily. Like, come on, man. Like, it's a big game, dude. Like, lock in. You know you're guarding Matty Cash, bro. Like, you should already know what's going on, dude. Like, you got to be locked in those type of situations. Like, you're playing winger. It's the easiest position to play. You probably only have to defend 1 or 2 players the whole game. Like, just be ready. We got Hincapia in, bro. Just help the team, bro. I would give him a 0 on today's performance. I would give him a straight 0 because I don't know how you could have played much worse than that as a winger. Like, that's exactly how you don't play winger. Don't score, don't assist, and then let a right back freaking score. That's like a how to not play winger. That's exactly how you don't play left wing. Again, I feel like if we had Martin or it's funny because I was flaming him the whole last game. Well, I'm just critical of him. If we had Martinelli play the whole game, we might have won that game. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I think that one substitution was just off. And I don't blame Arteta because I get it. Like, he's been in better form and yada yada, but that game right there, I wouldn't. I That's a bad game for Eze, dude. I don't know what he was thinking going into that game, dude. But you can't hate left wing that much, dude. Like it's not that unfun of a position to play. I know you want to play attacking mid, but jeez, man, a lot of people would die to be playing left wing at freaking Arsenal, dude. Um, like I don't know. I just if anyways, I'll give him a 0. We'll talk about the subs. Lewis Skelly didn't really do much. I don't really have much of a score for him. I'll just say give him like a standard like 6. Trossard, again, I'm a big fan of Trossard. I think he's one of our most important players. He knows how to play that. He almost has what Martinelli doesn't have. I just hope they become friends and he just kind of figures out. If Martinelli could just take some of Trossard, because Trossard can't take anything from Martinelli because Trossard just isn't as athletic as Martinelli. But if Martinelli could just adapt Trossard's like positioning and finishing, he'd be a really good winger. But I give Trossard for coming off the bench. I give him like a 9 because thought he played well. I mean, you can't really ask much more from a player coming in off the bench from an injury. You know, I'd give him a 9. I mean, like I said, you can't really ask for much more than that. Gabriel Martinelli, I don't think he really played much or did much, so I'll just give him a 7. Madueke, I give him a 5, dude. Just because he did kind of get involved in a couple plays. And the weird thing with Madueke is, as bad as I think he is, I swear he gets the ball so much. It's the weirdest thing. Sometimes it's just like that. Some players, soccer, if you play it, like I played a lot of games in my day, and sometimes the ball just has a way of finding you. Sometimes, like literally, I'll just be walking through the park and a ball will just like come to my foot, and I'll joke about it. And you think it would be like a one-time incident? No, this happens like almost every time I go to the park. Like the ball just has a way of just finding my feet. It's the weirdest thing, and I think players like Messi have that to the max. It's like a mental connection with the ball. It's weird like that. I think soccer is super weird like that, and I could talk for hours about that. About like soccer is almost supernatural. I had a dream I was playing against Lamine Yamal. Anyways, I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Yeah, that's it. Madueke 5, yeah. All right, yeah. Overall, the game's a bit concerning. I know what the problem is. We need freaking our defenders back. I think Hincapié's got to go, bro. I think you got to just play Ben White and Lewis Skelly or something, dude. Calafiori is an option, and Lewis Skelly on the left. It's not ideal, but Hincapié is just so below the standard that I mean, come on, dude. Like in the games he's played, we've just gotten scored on a ridiculous amount of times. Twice. He did get a clean sheet last game against Brentford, but I don't know, dude. He's shocking to me. It's like, gosh, dude. Like it's like all of our good defenders got injured, and our bad defenders are totally healthy. Like even Musquera, who I think is better, got injured. Musquera actually looks promising. I don't think he's as good as Saliba or Gabriel, but he actually I'm not concerned when he plays. I'm not concerned. Hincapié, I'm just like, gosh. Anyways, I'll conclude the video by talking about my dream with Lamine Yamal, and I'll put my glasses on. So, I have a semifinals game, men's league, this Sunday, which is tomorrow, and I just want to put that out there, just to let you know my mindset. And then the other night, not last night, but the night before, I had a dream where I was playing against Neymar at their current age and Ronaldo, like R9 Ronaldo at his current age. And I was kind of like, what the heck? Like, can I get some help? And I just remember, like, I was playing well, and I wasn't getting foul calls. And it was just like it was like a weird game. It was like it was like two of them, and it was like it wasn't even like a real game. It was, but it was soccer at the same time. It was like some trippy soccer. It's like they were just doing their thing, and I was doing my thing. And then comes in what's a face, Lamine Yamal, and he's playing, and I'm just like, what? I was kind of pissed. I was like, why am I like, their team is just overwhelming me right now. I was like, but I wasn't that pissed. It was just, it wasn't even like, it wasn't a bad dream or a good dream. It was just like a dream. And then, yeah, it wasn't, like I said, I was pissed, but I wasn't like pissed because it was still like cool. I was like, okay, like, I was just like, oh shoot, let me them all. And, you know, it was weird, man. And, like, I don't know what to make of it. I just feel like dreams are so weird because, like, it's like in a normal situation, I would be like, oh shoot, it's freaking Lamine Yamal. Like, holy crap, I'm playing freaking Neymar. But in the game, in my dream, it was like totally normal. Like there wasn't anything unusual about it. I was like, oh, it's Lamine Yamal. Like, oh, it's R9. Like you know what I'm saying? Like in real life, I'd be like, oh shoot, like why would I be playing these guys right now? Like, how could you even put these guys in a game against me? It's not even possible. Like, I don't know how much money I'd have to throw out for that game to actually happen, or for me to be involved in that kind of game. I don't know what I would have to do. But it happened in my dream. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more.